So, Hell of a Summer is the story of Jason Hochberg, who is a too old to still be a camp counselor at Pineway Summer Camp. He's been invited back this summer, even though after last year he crashed out and said he was never going back to watch over the camp once again with a few other camp counselors. He arrives at Pineway along with some of the other counselors just a few days before all of the campers are supposed to arrive, and they start to notice that something's amiss. The owners, John and Kathy, are missing. And then slowly, one by one, our Gen Z camp counselors start to realize that they too are going missing and that something is violently wrong here. There is, in fact, a killer on the loose at Pineway Camp, and it could be any one of them. So they're going to have to be on their toes if they're going to catch him and make it out alive before dawn. The movie is a comedy, and it comes from first-time directors Billy Bryk and Finn Wolfhard. Finn Wolfhard, who you know from Stranger Things and those new Ghostbusters movies. He's that brunette kid with the big curly hair, right? He plays Mike in Stranger Things, and he's in this along with Billy. They are two of the counselors. We have a handful of other not so well-knowns also playing counselors here, and it's a small feature. It's a small cast. It's mostly teenagers. It's directed by teenagers. And most importantly, it is a send-up of these old slasher films, but through a modern lens with a script written by, teenagers, like who feel like they see the world like a teenager would, who are very accepting of one another and respectful of each other's dietary restrictions and views on, I don't know, sex and romance and ethnicity and censorship. Like, it's got a lot to say. It manages to do it in a pretty fun framework. We saw it on Hulu. It came out in 2023. It is streaming now over there. Andy, what did you think of Hell of a Summer?
So I wasn't sure what to think initially. It's a pretty low budget kind of look, but I ended up enjoying it in a weird way in that, it's a low budget film, but it's actually really pretty funny. The writing is pretty smart. There's a lots of one-line zingers that really made me laugh, made me chuckle. It's a first feature, and it's a young first feature, but I think it's a really smart move by Finn Wolfhard to get behind the camera. Really leverage that Stranger Things fame, and it's a movie proving that he knows how to make a movie. It's more for him to show other studios, hey, I made this. Let me make another movie or a bit bigger movie. The plot is more or less cliche, but there's just a lot of really funny moments. There's, for instance, there's a time when the killer is choking someone, he's got him in a chokehold, and the guy starts tapping him starts tapping out like you do in MMA, starts tapping, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to choke you. I'm trying to kill you. You can't tap out of this. And it's a bit of a joke a minute kind of things where they just go by really quickly. The very opening scene, we have our older camp counselors playing guitar by the fire, and one keeps hitting the other one's hands with a bug zapper while he's trying to play guitar. And it's just like, it's dumb, but really kind of funny because like she keeps doing it, and that thing hurts. So it's probably an authentic reaction. So I think that the writing is clever and smart. It's just kind of a cliche setup, and there's not a lot in the sets, but I think they're doing a lot with what they have, and it's a perfect streaming movie.
Yeah, it reminds me in that way, in that this is like a presentation of ability before getting like a larger budget for a bigger feature. It reminds me of Damien Chazelle's Whiplash. Small, pretty small cast, not a lot of sets, big ideas, and then this is enough to get us to fund La La Land, right? Like, that's kind of what this feels like. This is like a proof of concept. Like, it could have been a short film. It's a bit bigger, though. It's surprisingly solid. It's not perfect, and honestly, it's kind of great on streaming, I think. If I had seen this in a theater, I would have felt like it was a little underbaked. But this is notably better than a lot of direct-to-streaming features we watch. So if you're looking for something this October, I think Hell of a Summer is a hell of a pick. I really like the characters in this movie. Like, I love that a lot of them are a little flat, for sure. But our lead, Jason Hochberg, played by Fred Hechinger, it's crazy, man. He's been in 4 movies we've covered on this show. And watching this movie, I was thinking, this guy needs to get more work. He's very good. And then I went on IMDb and looked and was like, good God, he's been in 4 movies we've covered on this show. Most notably, he's the weird emperor brother in the new Gladiator movie alongside Joseph Quinn. They're twins, remember? They're like the two Caesars or whatever in that movie with the white face paint, Joseph Quinn. And then the other smaller blonde brother, it's him. That's this kid. Also, he's in The Pale Blue Eye over on Netflix, which we covered on this show. couple of the joints I can't recall right now, but he is this golden ray of sunshine as Jason. He's got the blonde hair and he is always positive. Everything's going to be great at camp this year. It's kind of a little childish, honestly. As he's driving into camp with his mom, who's dropping him off, she's like, Jason, you really got to start looking at your career here and looking to grow. You can't just keep going to camp forever. But he's like, Mom, I love it. I love coming out here.
$150 a week.
Yeah, like he even talks about like wanting to maybe take over ownership of the camp. Like it is something he like it is a passion that he pursues in the same way that Billy and Finn are directing this feature in a passion that they like. So that is echoed through them. Meanwhile, Billy Bryk and Finn Wolfhard are two goofy friends in this movie. They play Bobby and Chris, who are really funny as well. They both ride in Chris's stepdad's red sports car, and Bobby is trying desperately to get laid, and nobody wants anything to do with him, and everybody thinks he's kind of a moron, even though he's a perfectly nice guy. Meanwhile, Chris is like irresistible, and chicks are totally into him and love him, and Bobby is jealous. You've got Claire and Mike, Shannon, Ezra, a few others in there. You got a theater kid who's very dramatic and very gay and very funny. You got a nerd, like a crypto bro almost. It's good. You got a girl, a vegan who's very specific on it. Somebody who's into social media. Like you get these good little archetypes of all of these like Gen Z kids just kind of bounce off each other when bad things start to happen. It's comedy a la like Bodies, right? Like there is a scary thing happening, but we're still cracking jokes all the way down. And like we're taking it serious for plot, but our script is like very, very, very laughing, very, very self-effacing.
Right. It's definitely a Gen Z film for Gen Z kids and teenagers and young adults. And yeah, I was going to say we have those stereotypical, like the rich girl, the jock, the nerd, the like you said, the vegan, a couple of will they, won't they relationships. So these kind of cliche or stereotypical roles that you have in these kinds of films, but it has a lot of fun with them, with a lot of the relationships that they don't necessarily go where you think it's going to go. And again, it's horror. There's a little bit of gore, but it's not scary. It's not too gruesome. It's mostly a fun time.
Yeah. It's tough because it starts to fall apart when you get to the actual like violence. Our killer's a little underbaked. It's supposed to be a generic killer. That's kind of what we're doing here, right? Like in its very presentation, like summer camp killer, obvious. But it's like, it's kind of a lame fit. It's like this weird pumpkin mask thing. It looks like they got it at the dollar store. I guess that's part of the joke, but also like, come on, you're doing a movie. Give it a little flair. Make that knife shine in the moonlight, that kind of thing. Like give it a little bit of pizzazz. Also, like it does end up being like a survive the night kind of feature, and the night is not all that interesting. Like on like the 6 or 7 shot of kids like running in a field, I was like, okay, I got it. Like we're it's fine. Like we're kind of hiding out in cabins. We're kind of taking it slow. It's a lot of talking, and like that's a good time as kids kind of get picked off one by one. But ultimately, like I don't know. Yeah, it lacked a little bit of charisma in that way. Like you want to see a little bit more flair. Give me a couple more like push-ins and whip pans. You know what I mean? Like really, really take it on. Really, really, really take that thing out for a spin. Like but that being said, fundamentals are really solid. Really solid. Enough to get a second feature for sure. Like give these kids more money. Let them make another movie. I think this is a solid first outing.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I think, like I said, Finn Wolfhard, it's smart for him to leverage his fame and whatnot into a directing project this early, because a lot of those Stranger Things kids are doing different things. And so going in the direction of directing, I think, is really smart, and it's a good first outing. I think, like you said, the fundamentals are there. We do have a cohesive script. We have fun characters, and I think most importantly, it is really funny. And I'd like to see what more kind of he can do. And he's been that character a lot, especially in Stephen King's It. He's also that kind of smart, wisecracking character as well. So it's a little bit of a consistency that he does.
Yeah. Overall, though, I think solid. I got to know, Andy, would you recommend Hell of a Summer?
I would say it's perfect for streaming. It's on Hulu right now. I think it actually wrapped a while ago, or may have been released a little bit while ago. It's not too complicated. It's not too serious. It's got a lot of fun young Gen Z actors that you're going to be seeing in things to come for years. Good first outing from directors Finn Wolfhard and Billy Bryk, who we also saw in Friendship just a couple of months ago. He sells a toad to Tim Robinson.
Yeah, it is that guy. Yeah.
So there's some good laughs, but it's not anything too complicated or serious. So I'd say perfect for streaming.
That's funny. I was going to say Claire in this movie, she was in Knock at the Cabin. She's one of the cultists of like the 3 or 4 that are with Dave Bautista. Yeah, it's like a small world. Yeah, Hell of a Summer is a lot of fun. Solid all the way through. Not a perfect movie, but great for streaming, great for October. It's coming up. Throw it on. It's perfect. It's like 90 minutes. It's a quick burn. It's pretty funny. Like you're going to get some good laughs in it. Solid. Would recommend Hell of a Summer. Hell of a feature. Hell of a first feature. And that's the episode, man. Off script episode 306. Boy, came and went. One of our fastest to date. And that's probably because I cut a short segment late about us doing TV, but we'll get to it probably now. Well, actually, hold on. We're not doing it next week. Next week, we're taking a brief break. When are we coming back, Andy?
We'll be back on September 16th. I'm doing some traveling next week, so we're on break. But we'll be back with The Long Walk, which comes out September 12th. So that's not this Friday, the Friday after. That's the Stephen King, or based on the Stephen King short story written by J.T. Molnar about a kind of Mr. Beast-esque video where these people have to walk until they die. And the last one standing wins the money. Some FYI releases this week, if you're interested. The Conjuring Last Rites, which is the 4th and final film in the Conjuring main series, comes out this Friday, September 5th. The rom-coms Splitsville, starring Dakota Johnson and Adria Arjona and more, also comes out this Friday, September 5th. And some things we'll be looking forward to this month: Him, the football horror movie produced by Jordan Peele, September 19th. A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, which is Margot Robbie's first movie since Barbie, September 19th. And, of course, Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another at the end of the month, September 26th. But The Long Walk back on September 16th.
It is so funny to compare The Long Walk to a Mr. Beast joint, because between that and like Squid Games, that's like the man's rep, right, on the internet. Like you do, you make basic games that functionally torture people for a small reward and produce entertainment on it. It's really funny. I'm sure he does other stuff, right? He does charity things in some fashion. Also want to say I watched the new trailer for A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey in front of Caught Stealing. Man, that movie looks like it's not going to work. They do this thing at the end where like they say the title, the movie voice announcer comes on at the end with the title, A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey. And I'm like, oh God, they got to tell the old people so that they know. And then at the end, it's like, coming to theaters, get your I'm like, oh God, they got to tell people like audio, like, hey, go get tickets now to go see this movie. But I like Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell so much. I might be willing to watch it anyway. Just because I like the two of them. God, those two just ooze charisma, dog. Like Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie rock. If they believe it, maybe it's a good time. Or maybe not. It's just Ghost of Girlfriend's Past movie. I don't know. They're tripping through portals or something. Anyway, if you enjoyed the episode today, if you like what we're doing here on Off Script, the best way to support us is just subscribe to the show on your favorite avenue platform of choice. All right. We're on YouTube doing big things over there. Love when people sub on YouTube. You can find individual reviews over there as well. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, all these are social media places you can find us around. Audio, we're on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, iHeartMedia. Go throw us a rating and review over there if you can. Helps us out bigly, I think. That's how they say it over there. And you can check out our website, offscriptfilmreview.com, and you can leave us email directly. Direct correspondence, you to us, and mail at offscriptfilmreview.com. From all of us at Offscript, the home of Bold Cinema, I'm Zach Lewis.
And I'm Dr. Draper.
Thanks for watching.